Hey guys. All right. So I had a really rough day at work today. I didn't know I was going to have such an overwhelming outpouring of people in my comments today after posting the video that I recorded yesterday. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Crissy G, and if you are back, welcome back, my loves. I've already recorded this video. I don't know, I want to say this is the third time, because every time I start talking, I start crying, and I really didn't want to break down and cry with you guys. So last night, yesterday I worked from home because I had a ton of things to do. I had to go see my doctor. I had to go to my son's school for some things, and I get a call in the afternoon around 4:20 that one of our employees was not feeling well. He's been with the company 29 years. I've only known him for the last almost 3 years since I've been with our company. He's a beloved man. He's 72 years old, full of life, pep in his step every time. He's in and out, in and out. He's very passionate about his job and everything, passionate about his family and traveling, and even at his age, he's always traveling. He was actually supposed to be on vacation next week for his 73rd birthday and 42nd anniversary, I believe, all happening at the end of October, so he was taking some time off to go travel with his wife. So I get the call that he's not feeling well, and they're having to call the ambulance, and he was coming in and out of consciousness. And the ambulance takes him. Everybody thinks he's going to be okay. His blood pressure was through the roof. And that's it. I don't hear anything else at night. I go to bed, and the first thing I do is check my work phone in the morning, and lo and behold, they let me know he had passed away. I am the only on-site HR at our office, and I have over 100 employees that I deal with on a daily basis. And this is the sixth death in our at our company, and I mean they've all been health related outside of work, but he actually fell ill at work and then didn't make it. So it was really hard for me. I struggled with this one. I don't, usually I can hold my composure pretty well. I'll have my moment, and then because you get to know people on a personal level at work. And he was when my grandma fell ill with COVID, he was always in my office and letting me know that he was praying for my grandma. And recently his brother had fell ill, and he was back and forth taking care of his brother. And so it's just the fact that here's this man who seemed like he was full of life and perfectly healthy, has been taken away just in the blink of an eye. And here are the people who had been sick, outliving him. So to say the least, I was very emotional this morning. And of course, his family came over to pick up his belongings and his vehicle, because he had left his vehicle there. And I was just an emotional mess. And I was trying to be strong, but when his daughter came in, I just couldn't hold back the tears. And of course, she's crying. And I was letting her know how great her father was, and how an awesome person he was, and just so thoughtful and always so happy. And then I had to address it to all the employees and let them know that, that my door's always open if anybody needed counseling. And I absolutely broke down. And mind you that there's, I think, 5 women we've got a few out in the shop, but probably out of the 140 employees we have, only about 7 women in this building. So to say the least, I was trying to be strong, because I know I'm facing a bunch of boys, a bunch of men, and I couldn't hold back the tears. He's been with the company 29 years, so not only, if I feel this emotional, there's people who've been working with him for the last 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and I had a really rough day, and I didn't even get hungry today. I didn't think about food. It was just so much going on that food didn't even cross my mind. One of our regionals was like, hey, do you want to, I'm going to go grab a sandwich. You want something? And I look over at the clock, and I'm like, oh my God, it's already 12. So to say the least, I was so busy that I didn't even think about food, which previous to Mounjaro or Ozempic, I would have probably been stressing, and I would have wanted comfort food, and I would have wanted to eat things that I wasn't supposed to. But it probably helped that I have the hunger suppression of my 7.5 injection and whatnot. But anyways, you guys, long story short, I had forgotten that I had scheduled my vlog that I recorded yesterday about my visit for 2 o'clock today. And so, you know, I ended up not leaving the office till almost 6 o'clock today. And I went, as I was leaving, before I left my office, I went to go check my comments. And to tell you that I was absolutely floored, you guys, by your comments. I started crying all over again because I'm sorry. Because it was just an overwhelming amount of positive comments. And you guys, some of you guys are, you know, mentioning how you missed my chatty vlogs. And I miss it too. Because I feel like even though I'm talking into a camera and it's the most awkward thing, I have built relationships in our community. And so I feel like I know some of you, you know, you comment on every video, and, you know, we've created a friendship even though it's via YouTube or whatnot. And even though I probably don't know what half of you look like, you know, because it's just based on the one profile picture and sometimes it's a random picture. But I know you because you've been sharing with me, and, you know, the fact that you guys appreciate my chatty videos and me just sitting here talking to you guys really, like, made me feel happy. Sorry, you guys, I swore I wasn't gonna do this. So I really needed to read that, and it was almost like meant to be, like, kind of like I had a horrible day. For some reason, I had an overwhelming response of you guys letting me know how much you appreciate me just being me and me just talking. Because, you know, as a content creator, sometimes I think to myself, am I doing enough? Am I being motivational enough? Am I being inspirational enough? Am I giving good content? Are people enjoying what they're viewing? Because it is a lot of work. I enjoy it, but it is a lot of work, you know, filming and thinking of topics and editing, and, you know, I have a full-time job, a side job, because I still do hair and makeup on the weekends. My 3 kids, I'm the room mom for them, so, like, I have a lot of functions at their school, and so there's always something going on. There's never a dull moment in this house. And so just the thought that you guys let me know, so many of you are sharing how you missed me just having these vlogs with you guys, and how you like that I'm having, you know, that I'm back. It made me feel overwhelmingly happy, and it truly made me feel like you guys actually enjoy me for me, and just me talking and sharing with you guys. And so I just want to let you know how much I appreciate y'all for that. And for those of you who have, you know, just, it almost felt like a godsend, because it just had a horrible day, and to read your comments just really uplifted me and made me feel good. And so I want you to know that I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Now, moving on to other topics. I did get a message today from so I was getting a little anxious because, as you all know, yesterday I went to my doctor, and then he was saying how they were denying so many people. So I had been checking my Alto pharmacy, and my prescription was just pending, and this has never happened. Usually, like, I go to my doctor, and by the time I get to my office, the prescription is already set in place, and I just have to add it to my cart and whatnot, right? Excuse me, we got the burps. And so, not the sulfur burps, just the regular burps. And so I was getting a little nervous. I got busy and I forgot to call my doctor's office. So then this morning, it's about 9:30. I checked my Ultra pharmacy. It's still pending. So now I'm like, oh my God, like what's going on? This never happens. It never takes this long. So I called my doctor's office and she's like, yes, I submitted it yesterday. I don't know why you wouldn't have received it. And I said, well, it's still showing pending. Like, are we sure that it was sent in? And she's like, let me resend it and see what happens. And sure enough, 5 minutes later, I get the notification that the medication is approved. And actually, and I will put it here for you guys, it shows that my insurance covered a big portion of it, which it was not like that the first time. The very first time that I filled the medication, it showed my insurance covering a few $100s, and then it showed how the coupon paid out like 1,100 of it, and then I only had to pay the $25, right? And so now it was quite opposite. It showed Alto Pharmacy only $65 were covered through the coupon savings card. My insurance covered the majority of it. And then you will see here how much it's at my pharmacy, because I know some of you are saying it's 1,100. Mine is, well, I'll show you here what it is, because it was like 1,300 and something dollars. And in this slide, you will see that it's on back order. So for everyone who's like, there's no shortage, there's plenty of Mounjaro and whatnot, my pharmacy is saying that it will not be available until October 20th, which makes me a little bit nervous because I took my injection on Sunday and we are now Thursday. So that means, I mean, honestly, I'm only on the Sunday schedule because of my whole cruise situation. But technically, I was going to go back to injecting Fridays. And now I'm not going to be able to inject this Friday. And then when is October 20th? That's next week sometime. So now I'm stuck without my injection for, it's going to be over a week, right? Because I'm going to, well, I mean, it'll be just over. It'll be like a week and a half before I can do my injection again. So I know some of you are asking, like, have I ever stopped taking it? Because some of you are struggling to get the medication also, or, you're having the whole coupon situation or savings card situation where you're having to, go back and forth for a PA and all that good stuff. So you're asking me, like, what happens if I stop taking? Well, this happened to me, I think, when I was on the 5 milligram, where I had to stop taking it because I was going to have a minor surgery done, but then I ended up postponing it. So the anesthesiologist had asked me to stop taking it 2 weeks prior to my surgery, and so I had already taken, I only had 1 week till surgery, so at that point I just skipped the 1 week. But then when I found out my surgery was getting canceled, I think it was like 6 days post skipping, I just took it back. So I was almost a week out without the injection. And I took it as soon as they canceled my procedure. And so yeah, it'll be fine. It wasn't anything out of the norm, or I didn't feel like an onset of the side effects, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, and please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm not mistaken, the medication actually stays in your body for about 6 weeks post the last injection, right? So like when you stop injecting, it stays in your body. But I think obviously you're going to feel the hunger come back and all that good stuff because you no longer have the medication. So yes, but it'll be fine. I promise. I didn't feel any different or any worse or anything like that because I got back on it a few days late, almost a week later, whatnot. So yes, you guys, I apologize for breaking down, but I just, life is short and tomorrow is never promised. And here was this gentleman that we just, you take for granted when you say, I'll see you tomorrow, because that's exactly what's happened with almost every employee that's passed away. I see them and I'm like, okay, see you tomorrow. And, tomorrow doesn't always come for everyone. So, it just, every time something like this happens, it really opens your eyes and makes you feel like you want your loved ones to know at every moment that you love them and you appreciate them and that you're grateful for them. So that being said, I feel that way about you all. And I just want to let you know that your comments really helped uplift me during this tough time. And it was almost God sent for me. It was almost meant to be, because I went from having an awful day to really feeling happy and excited and feeling joy in my heart reading your comments, and I appreciate that. And so thank you guys very much. I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and till next time, talk soon.